So I was sick of those Christians. I've been on campus for about 2 years, and I'm sorry, about a year. And I thought that I don't know, I thought I would have more friends on campus, but I just realized that, I'm 42, I'm divorced, second time, and I just didn't have a lot in common with them. And so um, I'm in LA. I'm in one of the most exciting cities for, of all the world. And I thought I'm going to go find me some friends. And so where do you find your friends in LA when you're like trying to figure out how to navigate it? The internet. I go to meetup.com, and meetup.com is a website where you get to put whatever variables you're looking for. And so I decide that there are four things that my friends would need to do. Like I'm looking for a group that does four things. The first, I need a group that drinks wine. Second, I need a group that they read books, and so they have like very deep conversations. Third, I need maybe we could have this conversation over dinner, but I don't want the dinner at a restaurant where you're having to worry about all of the, like who's going to pay what, and how much will everyone pay their full bill and that kind of thing. And the fourth thing was, if we're not going to do it in a restaurant, maybe let's do it in a loft. So I have my four variables: dinner, wine, loft, conversation. I enter those and I put those in the box and I click enter. Kid you not. First group to pop up was called Dinner, Wine, Conversation in a Loft. Their next meeting was going to be in 2 weeks, and the topic of conversation is religion, the new opium of the people. I thought, hey, I'm finally home. So I add my name to the list. 2 weeks comes, and I'm like really, really excited about the event. And only one of my friends on campus was really uncomfortable with me going to this group of strange folks that I'm finding on the internet. And so he insists on knowing the number and the address of where I was going. And so I send it to him, and he tells me that I need to check in as soon as I get there. And if he does not hear from me by 11 p.m., he's bringing the police with him to the location, the last known location where I am, and all of that. So I was like, dude, I'm going to be fine. So I show up to the location. It is a converted brewery. I park in the parking lot, climb up the steel staircase to the second floor, enter this long hallway with concrete flooring and exposed ductwork in the ceilings, like very, uber chic. And then I get to the unit, and there's a sign on the door, "Come on in." So I go in, and immediately to the right is another sign in the wine bar, and it says, "Pour your pleasure. Don't come in empty-handed." And I thought, okay, that's easy. So I pour me a glass of white wine. I'm normally a red wine drinker, but this man has plush white carpet, like as far as the eye can see. And all I could think is like, ooh, what would happen if I spill red wine on this man's carpet? And I'm like, I'm not going to be able to come back to the group. And so I thought, it's a wrap. So white wine in hand, began to mix and mingle with the people. There are about 20 of us there in total. Mid-30s to early 70s was about the age range. And it's a really eclectic group. And so I'm finding my way, mostly because although we're in LA and, there are a lot of big egos in the city, this group of 20 folk was very just kind of chill and cool in their own space. And so we're mixing and mingling. We sit down for dinner and still just having casual conversation. And as dinner is wrapping up, the host climbs halfway up the staircase in his unit. And he says, as a way of kind of introducing the topic and kind of transitioning us into the salon part of the night, he begins to tell a story about dating a woman who he said was an avid church attender. And he said that because he was a fan of, quote, inspirational thought, he would periodically go to church with her. And there was always a part in the service that bothered him. It was when the pastor would say, all of my tithers, where are all my tithers at? And like 90% of the church would be like, woo! And so he'd tell all the tithers to stand up. So they would stand, and everyone would practically stand with the exception of this guy and maybe a handful of other folks, he said, that were across the aisle from him. And they looked embarrassed. And so he said he always wanted to say to them, hey, lift your head up. Like, we're the smart ones. They the stupid ones. They're giving all their money to this man. So everyone in the dinner party begins to laugh and to applaud, except for me. because I've been a tither since I was 15. And so I'm like, oh Lord, like, I don't know where this is going, but I don't want to out myself as one of those like crazy, stupid tithers. And, with this new group of friends. So he wraps his story and he says, what is it about religion that good people would give good money to this man? Like, is religion the new opium of the people? So then we split up into two groups of 10. In my group, the leader of the group says, go, he asks us to go around the circle and to introduce ourselves. And he says, I'll start. My name is Austin. I am an agnostic. I'm sorry, he says that my name is Austin and I am an anti-theist. So none of us knew what an anti-theist was. And he says an anti-theist is a person who believes that everything that's wrong with society is because of this fairy in the sky that you call God. And so anti-theists work actively to dismantle this fairy god, or this fairy in the sky, remove him or her from the public sphere. And I thought, oh boy. Second person, hi, my name is Ann, and I'm an atheist. Third person, hi, my name is James, and I'm agnostic. Fourth person, hi, my name is Charlene, and I am agnostic. We go around the circle. By the time we get to the sixth person, every one of them, atheist, agnostic, and one anti-theist. And I begin to think, oh, Lord, maybe these aren't my peeps. And so I'm starting to grow anxious, not because I can't handle myself in conflict, but because, I don't know, I'm there to listen to them. I'm there to learn. And so you tell me you're an atheist and agnostic, and I'm like, okay, yeah, like, how did you come to that space? Or how did you come to that realization? That's where I was. But if I were to say, hey, I'm a Christian, then they would assume that they already know everything about me. They know how I vote. They know what music I listen to. They know what books I read. So they would just automatically discount me. And so I thought, I don't like this. I'm nervous because I know for a fact that I'm not going to handle not being heard very well. And this man got all this white carpet and he got a bottle of red wine over there. So I can already foresee things are going to go off like really quickly. And so I began to like really just kind of be anxious in that space. And in my sanctified imagination, I see my guardian angels rushing before the throne of God, like saying, hey, like Lex is in some for real trouble. You know that she's crazy. Like she is not the one that you would ever want to not listen to. God, you know that, look at this man's white carpet. There's going to be some problems in this camp. My sanctified imagination, I see God hold up one finger for silence and the other pointing back down to the scene in LA saying, watch this. So now we're back in LA in the loft, 10 of us in the circle, 9 people have already gone, every one of them, atheist, agnostic, and one anti-theist. I'm the 10th and final person to go. And so I say, good evening, I am Alexus. I am a person of faith for whom God is particularized in the person of Jesus Christ. I embrace mystery, and the answer I believe with the most integrity is I don't know. At that point, I'm sure my guardian angels, they took seats, they got more comfortable, and they grabbed some popcorn. Like, oh, this is about to be real good. And it really was a good night. It was a night, the first time I'd ever used that introduction, identifying myself. And also the fact that I was able to so quickly think about it on my feet. I thought, all right, you know what? You're going to be just fine, Lex. You're going to be just fine.